Another episode of Balance and Harmony are. Today we'll be talking about celebrating small wins and resting. Celebrating small wins and resting. Yes. A lot of us will feel that rest is a waste of time, or we feel what are we celebrating? But let me just give you some quotes. I know you are aware of this one that says, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. I know we all know that one, right? Everybody has heard of that thing. So they will tell you, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Means you should try to play, not only work. But are you also aware that all work and no rest doesn't make you productive? All work and no rest does not make you productive. Because you just feel that, why are you lying down? Why are you resting? There is a place for rest. All work and no rest does not make you productive. It makes you broken in slow motion. I like that one. When you don't rest, it makes you broken in slow motion because you will not know. You are yawning there, you are sleeping in the bus, you are driving. I remember some 2 or 3 years ago, I was on the traffic light and I slept off. I slept off at the traffic light. It was the person at my back that on, and I woke up again. And I was so grateful that it was by the traffic light that I slept, not while driving. So all work and no rest doesn't make you productive. It makes you broken in slow motion. All work and no celebration steals your joy and blinds you to your process or to your progress. Then all work and no break doesn't build success. It builds silence and suffering. All work and no soul care makes you look successful but empty. And that's the problem a lot of successful people are having. They are just going from pillar to post and no rest, and they will break down. And I realized that the more you do, the more comes to your way, because people will be asking, why are you doing more when you are earning more? It's not so easy. Right now, I get so many speaking engagements, both online and offline, both in closed groups and in platforms. And I always have to think two times before I say yes or no. Because one is a big opportunity for me to showcase what I'm doing, but at the same time, I have to be careful not to break down myself. So, all work and no rest isn't also it's self-neglect dressed as ambition. So that will be the last chapter we'll be doing today of this book. This is my signature book, and in the next 1 or 2 years, I'm going to update it. Create the life of your dream. We have talked about the 9 chapters, and today is the 10th one. We went from self-assessment. We started with what stress is, recognizing the things that stresses you. We went to setting priorities. I was not doing it alone. I had guests on the show. We talked about cultivating a growth mindset. We talked about the power of saying no. We talked of mindfulness. That's the one I like. And that's the one a lot of people are yet to understand. When I teach people during my classes, they find it difficult to understand really what mindfulness is. Then we talked about designing a routine that suits you. I did a post today both on TikTok and on Instagram, and I asked, if you want to know my routine, DM me. I will tell you what my morning routine is, what my evening routine is, and also what my weekend routine is. Then we also did self-care, time management, and levels of energy. Energy management is key. We did decluttering. Yes, procrastination, no. And connecting with your support system. That was when our professor, grammar prof, came and lectured us on our supporting system. And today, chapter 10 of the book is Celebrating Milestone and Embracing Rest. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. All work and no rest makes you broken and unproductive in slow motion. And all work and no celebrating your wins blinds you to your progress. So today I'll be talking about 5 different points that I want you to look into, in life. We are all trying to succeed. We are all trying to do things that would take us to the next level. The first one I will tell you to do is celebrate before it is big enough. Most times, we just don't want to celebrate because we feel, what am I celebrating? It's not big enough. You don't need a crowd to celebrate. You can celebrate with yourself. So celebrate, number one, celebrate before it is big enough, or don't wait before it is big or too big before you celebrate. Celebration is awareness. Celebrating is using, oh, I have achieved this. Oh, I have come this far. So don't wait to celebrate it. I remembered my first boot camp that I did. I told myself, no, that was Mom's Imbalance. I told myself, listen, I did a plan, a launch plan, first day, the things I would do till the day that what they call it, the boot camp will start, the Moms Imbalance program will start. And I remember very clearly that my number 23 assignment was to celebrate whatever situation I found myself at that time. If it was only one person that has registered for me to celebrate it, if it were two people, even if there was nobody, on my plan it was written celebrate. I was going to celebrate my achievement at that time. And if nobody had registered before that 23rd day, I would have celebrated my boldness and my move to have created that program. I would have done that. I would have celebrated my boldness and move to have celebrated that program. So you need to learn to celebrate yourself. You need to learn to celebrate yourself, and don't wait until you get to the finish line. Don't wait until it is finished. It is enough. No, celebrate it. Celebrate it. Is you saying, telling yourself, oh, I'm aware that right now I've achieved so and so and so a thing. What I've learned to do also with my children is, before, when my kids were growing up, I was big on results. Why didn't you get a one? Why didn't you get a two? Why did you get a four? I was big on results. But over the years, I've learned that I reward effort more than results. If I see that you've taken your time, taken your energy, you've given your all, I am so well pleased with your results, because with time you will improve. With time you will improve. So we need to celebrate and reward our effort, because some of the times why you don't celebrate your wins is because you want to reward your results, and maybe you don't see it, so you will not celebrate anything. Maybe you don't see it, you will not celebrate anything. There was a young lady that I coached earlier this year, and she said something. She said, oh, last year there was nothing to celebrate for her. She finished her master's and she didn't get a job. I now asked her, can you repeat that statement you said? She said she finished her master and she didn't get a job. The way she says she finished her master, so soft, but she didn't get a job, was so loud. It was so painful to see. And I told her, listen, you finished your masters. You finished your masters. It was possible that you didn't, or that you could not finish your masters, but you did. but you did. And that's the point. That is a win. Yes, you've not yet gotten a job, but you finished your master's. So sometimes we don't see about win because there's a particular result we're looking for. And when we don't get that result, we don't celebrate. So I would need you to celebrate no matter how small, whatever your wins are, celebrate it. Number one is celebrate before it's big enough. Celebrate. Number two, celebration reduces burnout. Celebration reduces stress. Why? When you celebrate, you are happy. You are even more expectant because you feel that if I can achieve it maybe 5%, that means I can do another 5%. So, and you are happy, and happy hormones have been proven to remove stress and to reduce stress and remove burnout. So when you celebrate, you are reducing stress. When you celebrate, you are removing burnout. Tiny celebration, powerful reset buttons. Because when you celebrate, you go back to see the things that work. And while you are seeing the things that work, you are also seeing, okay, maybe that one did not work. Maybe I can do better for that one to work. You understand? So it's very important. I've seen it in my life. I celebrate Me and my kids will celebrate every little achievement we get to. It makes us happy. It gives us strength to continue. And gratitude is always our to go. No matter wherever we find ourselves, we'll go back to gratitude. We'll go back to the things we have achieved till that time. And that is you celebrating your 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 celebrating your work, your progress. It says your celebration releases dopamine. It boosts your morale, reinforces your behavior, and brings joy amidst the journey. I'm telling you, joy, when you have joy, you are able to do more. When you have joy, you are able to do more with less resistance from your side. So first, celebrate before it's big enough. Second, celebrating it reduces stress, it reduces burnout. Then we'll go shift over to rest a bit. Reflection is rest. Now, sometimes when we talk about rest is not necessarily you going to sleep. Rest is you taking out time for a break, taking out time to reflect. That is what rest is. Rest sometimes means you slowing down. This year, when I entered this year was my year of unlimited breakthroughs. I made this year for me to be limitless this year. And that statement alone can put pressure in me to continue to do more, continue to do more. So sometimes I put um, breaks for myself to come back, calm down, and reflect. So to slow down. So that slowing down, that calming down is me taking a rest. And it's me trying to gain more clarity before I continue. It's me taking a rest and me trying to gain more clarity before I continue. So rest is you reflecting of how far you have come. Doesn't matter, be it your school, be it at your working place, be it in your family. Go and reflect and see how far you have come. So reflection gives you clarity, reminds you of your growth. That alone reduces the stress of feeling behind, because you know that you might not be where you want to be, but you are not where you used to be. You understand? So that is the most important thing. That is why, if there's anything you have to do, you have to grow daily. Let me share this thing that pleased my heart and just made me happy yesterday. So I do my business with my daughter, and she sees some of the things that I do also on my page and things like that. And she said something, because I was discussing with somebody, uh, with some people on my page, on my messenger, and she now said, "Mommy, I didn't know you could top what you are doing. I'm so proud of you." And I just looked at her and I said, "Thank you so much." And me, it's not even 10% of where I want to go to, where I want to get to. But I'm telling you, it is not 1% of where I was before, pertaining my business, for example. It's the same thing when you are writing a book. When I started writing a book, right now I'm writing another book. It's going to be a great book. It's going to be a lovely book. And that book, sometimes I just feel, oh God, I've not made progress. But guess what? Even though if it's a line that I wrote that day, if it's two lines I wrote that day, it's progress because I was not where I was before I started writing that book. So you need, and that is rest. Rest is you going back to reflect and see what can you do differently. And that another thing about rest is that rest is a strategy, not a reward. I said that in before. Don't stop rewarding results. Start rewarding effort. That's one thing I said before. So right now, by saying right, that rest is not you saying, I have worked, let me go and rest. Rest should not be a reward for you. Rest is, I need, you don't need to earn rest, better to say. You don't need to earn it. You know that it's something you have to do. It's just like when you have a child and you don't tell your baby, oh, you have to earn before I give you this milk. You have to earn before I give you your food. No, you're not at work. So the same thing with rest. You don't need to earn your rest. You earn your money, but you don't earn your rest. Your rest is something you take. You take it, you and use it as a strategy. You tell yourself, okay, I will go to bed on time to rest. Normally, I normally have the time I go to bed, and my kids know. Then I'll just do shutdown. And once in a while, like yesterday, because today, after this live, I have a class that I'll be teaching some women, and today is our last day. So I just took out time yesterday to really go into what I will teach and everything. And it took me a bit longer than my awake, more than my sleeping time. But I know that it's not what I do all the time. So rest is a strategy whereby you tell yourself, okay, I'm going to go to bed this time so that I can rest and have enough strength for the next day. Or you tell yourself, I'm going to not go out on Saturday because I've worked hard from Monday to Friday, so I need rest so that I can do something. So rest is an investment. Rest is an investment. Rest is a strategy. It says build your dream life by learning to rest more, not pushing more. Know your limits and embrace them. Everybody has different energy levels. Your energy level is different from my energy level. So I need to know my energy level. I need to know when I need rest. I need to know when my body needs rest and give it to it or take that rest. Don't say I earn my rest. No, take it. And don't wait until that last minute to take that rest. It's just like going to the toilet. I have one bad habit that I'm really trying to fight. I feel like go to the toilet to ease myself. I would wait and wait and wait and wait and wait till the last minute. I'll be doing other things, and then that last minute I start running to the toilet. No, I should not allow that thing to push me to the toilet. I should take myself to the toilet. I should take control of my body, take control of my life. That's the same thing. Stress, you doing stress, rest. That's the same thing. Rest is. Let rest be a strategy for you. You know. So that's that one. Then the last one is plan to celebrate your wins. Plan to rest. These are the two things I want you. If there's anything I want you to get out from this session is plan to celebrate and plan to take your rest. There's one video I made. I also wrote it. It says, my balance quote of the year, of the week is, I am more than my work. Because some of us, we are just our work, whatever it is. So the quote says, or the saying for the week, the balance saying for the week says, I am more than my work. And for me to be more than my work, I need to nurture my identity outside my work. I need to have non-negotiable, non-working time. The way you plan your time and plan other appointment, doctor's appointment, that appointment, you need to plan appointment for celebration. Like I said during that mom's program, I planned a date where I'm going to celebrate. It does not matter where I was at that time. The same thing, you also plan your rest. You say, this Friday, when I come back home, I'm doing nothing. Today now, after I go out, normally in the night, I normally, anywhere I go to, I come back, I start to do some work on my computer and things like that. But today, I've already planned it. When I come back home from teaching those women, I use 30 minutes to wrap up my things, and I'm not working on anything on the laptop again. I planned that already in my calendar. It's part of my priority for today. It's part of my priority for today. So before 8:30, I've dropped all those things. I will watch a nice film, relax, or read a nice book. That is the end for today. So you need to plan to celebrate. You need to plan your rest. So I want to know, as you're watching, what is easier for you to do? Is it easier for you to plan to celebrate little wins, or is it easier for you to rest? Or do you rest too much? You rest too much? Because sometimes you can go over to being lazy. So share with me which one you do. So there are 10 things I would like to leave with you that will help you to how to learn to celebrate small wins. We've talked about rest. Learn to take your rest. See your rest as a celebration. See your rest as a strategy. See your rest as something you take, not something you earn. Okay, so some tips on how you celebrate small wins. One, set clear milestones. Okay, I have a Facebook page, I have an Instagram page or whatever, and I want 100,000 followers, or I want to earn 100,000 naira this year. That is a milestone. That's clear. Then you now break it down. Don't leave it at that. Break it down into months. So if I break, let's say I want to earn 120,000 naira, 120,000 euros in 1 year. That is my milestone. I need to break it down to 10,000 euros every single month. And I can go down to break it down to 2,500 euros every week. And I can break it down also to daily needs of up to 600 or 500 euros in a day. So that means I have more times I can celebrate. I can celebrate daily if I earn 500, if I earn 400. I can celebrate weekly if I earn 2,500. I can celebrate monthly if I earn 10,000. You see that those clear milestones help you to achieve those celebrations, because when you hit them, you are able to celebrate. Or you are writing a book, then you now put yourself, okay, I want to finish writing this book in 6 months. So anytime I write a chapter, I celebrate. Anytime I finish a book, I celebrate. Maybe your book has, these kind of books that have book 1, book 2, book 3 in a particular book. Either you are celebrating chapter by chapter, or you are celebrating book by book. So you need to set clear milestones. Number 2, plan your celebration already. You need to plan your celebration. I'm preparing for my master class, which I'll also talk about at the end of this session. And I also put a time to say, okay, on so and so date, I will celebrate. If I only have one person in that group, if I have 10 people in that group, I will celebrate even the idea. I will celebrate the content. I will celebrate the people that have helped me. I will celebrate the people that have joined. And I can also celebrate the people that are yet to join. That is gratitude. If you have heard one of my gratitude sermon, or like call it gratitude session, there are different kinds of gratitude, and the one that I'm doing much, and as Christians we need to do, is future gratitude. My daughter is having her exams, and I can say, God, I thank you for the success of my daughter's exam. I'm celebrating it already. I'm grateful for it already. So the third one, share your success. Share your success, no matter how it is. Share it with your friends. You say, guess what? Today was so. Guess what? I was able to talk to this person. Guess what? I was able to buy this. Guess what? I woke up on time today. Guess what? I went to bed on time. Or guess what? This week I went to the gym 2 times. Guess what? This week I ate better. Share your celebration with friends and family. It will make it big. It will also give you accountability partner, accountability towards those people, and it will help you to achieve even more. The fourth thing is that reflect on your journey, and part of that reflection is rest. You go back, okay, right now, how many people in my master class? Okay, how far? What are things going? How are things going? How are my advertisement going? Things like that. You go back and reflect in your studies. You go back to reflect and see how far. If you don't reflect, you don't know how far you have gone. Reflection shows growth, or shows mangle, shows deficit. So you need to reflect. Then when you are celebrating number 5, keep it appropriate. If you have written only two sentences, and you are going to celebrate, and you are drinking wine and buying yourself this thing, no, it's not appropriate to what you have done. It's just like when we punish our kids. You need to punish them accordingly and appropriately to what they have done. So when you are celebrating your wins, let it be in proportion to what wins you have. Incorporate gratitude. Number 6, I've talked about that one, that you should incorporate gratitude to the things you do, gratitude to your life. A friend of mine, a colleague of mine, this morning, she traveled, and she said where she went to, she now realized that, whoa, people have money. She's a German lady. She said, people had money, oh. And she's asking herself, what am I doing? All of a sudden, she felt so unsatisfied with her life. A minute ago, she was so satisfied. Now she was not satisfied again. And I tell her that is life. And what I do is that, as much when I'm in such environment, it helps me to be on my feet and do more. But at the same time, I try and balance it up with gratitude to where I am today, to where I am now. Because it was not easy. It's not a joke, you understand? So I come back and I am grateful to where I am right now. You understand? So we need to really celebrate it. We need to be grateful. Number 7, stay in the present. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy now. Enjoy how it is now. Enjoy those small wins. Enjoy, just like when I see moms and they say, oh, when will these children grow up? I tell them, enjoy. Everything has seasons and times. Everything has phases. Enjoy the moment. And I must always constantly remind myself, because I'm a person that I look so much in the future, but I've learned to be grateful for today, because today goes away just like this. Today goes away just like this. It goes away so fast, so fast. The last one, this 8th one, because we're going 10, the 8th one says, incorporate relaxation. Learn to relax. Whatever those your goals are, whatever those things that you want to achieve are, learn to relax. Do things that will make you relax. Have a life outside that thing. Create an identity outside that pain so that you can relax. Number 9 is document your milestones. I've said this thing before, but me personally, I don't do it enough. I write them down, but I will write them in this paper, I write them in this paper, and I don't get them together. You need to write, document your milestones. You need to say, oh, it was when I started my business. I had only one this, I had only two this, but right now I have 10, I have 11. When I started my business, I was alone. Now we are 5. When I started my business, I could not talk. Now I can talk. You need to document your milestones, keep records, make success have a system so that somebody else can come and maybe will be able to follow those patterns and also achieve. And the last one, increased in confidence. If you could get there, you can also go further. Like I said to you, when I have problems, when I have challenges, I tell myself, he that brought me this far will not leave me. So that encourages me to do more, gives me more confidence to do more. So that's our talk for today, and that rounds it up for the book Create the Life of Your Dream. Do you have a copy? It's on Amazon. And listen, if you want to get a free PDF copy of this book, what you have to do is to register for my masterclass. The masterclass is called Stress to Success Masterclass, and it's taking place on the 31st of May 2025, 6 p.m. Nigerian time. The cost is 5,000 naira, €5, $5, £5. It's cheap, it's affordable because I want everyone to have a taste of what it is, to understand what stress is, to understand what you can do if you are tired, if you are always drained, if you are always feeling like a failure or feeling lazy, and you need clarity. You need clarity. You need you want to manage your stress. You want to understand your stress. You want a better and a different mindset for yourself. And you want to stop always rushing. You want to be cool and calm and calculated, cool, calm and calculated. And not just outside, inside. I think I'm much more calmer inside than I am outside. Sometimes when I see myself outside, I'm telling myself, you need to calm down more. But inside, I'm really much more calmer. But I'm trying to balance it up. So if you're lacking direction, you are walking, you're not seeing any progress, you are feeling, you are not clear. Somebody said to me, say, Coach Ify, I don't know what I'm pursuing. I want to change, but I don't know if I could change or not change. This masterclass is for you. I know it's for everyone. So after the masterclass, if you need a one-on-one class, one-on-one session with me, you will get it. But book for this masterclass. I will put the link underneath this video so that you can register for the class. And like I said, you're going to get 2 of my book. This is one of the books you're going to have, Create the Life of Your Dream. And also, you're going to have a 2 months free access into my closed WhatsApp group. I just started that WhatsApp group new. Before we had people, it was not paid, but right now it's paid because I know how I will be helping you getting to your next level. So you're going to have 2 months free access. Normally in that group, it costs 30 euros or $30 to be part of the group for 6 months. So take advantage of that program and register. So that's the end of this book. I really enjoyed this book review, and I want to thank every of my speaker that was there, Coach Lola, Coach Ngozi. I had Coach Ruth, I had Grammar Prof. Thank you for reading my book with me. Thank you for the reviews you gave. Thank you for your own perspective that you brought with you while reviewing this book. It was really a great pleasure. So I don't know if you're watching me on Facebook or on Instagram. Please follow me on my other platforms and also follow me on my YouTube channel. When you go to the YouTube channel, you are able to see my videos and take the one you need. Unlike Facebook or Instagram, whereby you have to scroll to really find out which video you want to watch. But on YouTube, you can just go directly and get the video you need to watch. So I want you to watch out for the next weeks and months. I'll be having different guests speaking on this platform. I want you to really be open to information. I think last week I talked about the power of information. Information can transform your life. So take advantage of information and 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 transform your life. So that is all for today. I want to say God bless each and every one of you. I would see you sometimes. Right now, I normally come live once in a while, almost every day right now, to give you tips and tools you might need for a better life. And what I will just leave with you today is success is never sudden. Never sudden. Success is never sudden. It comes in progress. It comes in a process. It comes in systems. But it is never sudden. Have a nice evening. God bless you.